Hey everyone, Rachel, host of Road to the Cup here. You can find all the written previews and the recaps at Road to the Cup blog.blogspot.com. It is Thursday, June 11th, 2015, and this is just a recap for last week's Win Your Ins and this week's Win in Your Ins. Of course, congrats to American Pharoah, Triple Crown winner. Hopefully, we will see him in the Win You're In for the Classic at the Haskell. That's looks like to where he'll be next, or the day before in the Jim Dandy, which is not a Win You're In, but it's still a big race. But if he is in the Haskell, you will see the video preview for that on Road to the Cup YouTube account. Now to the two Win in Your Ins from last week. Gonna start out with the Phipps. Really no surprise. I thought that Wedding Toast was the best horse in the race. And she proved it, and she did it from gate to wire, which at the time was pretty big because horses had been coming either from far back or just off the pace on the dirt track. And that win actually made me more confident about American Pharoah's chances down the road. So, Wedding Toast is in this year's distaff. My guess is we will see her maybe for the Delaware Handicap next, or more than likely, I have a feeling, the Shoe V, which is the Saratoga prep for the personal ensign. But I have a feeling those two races are, one of those two are going to be her next start. Untappable, that not the same horse she was last year. House Rules ran very well. She's probably should be bound. Untappable, just be back to the drawing board with her. We'll just have to see where she's going to be going next. But of course, a mile in 16th is a little bit short for her. So we might actually see her for the Del Cap. That would not be surprising at all. The Met Mile, that was a great race. That was the race of the day, and that was the finish of the day by Honor Code, who just basically beat Tunnelist at his own game. I believe the Whitney is next for him. That is a Win You're In for the Classic. But it seems that a mile going one turn is his forte. Unfortunately, the dirt mile this year is at 2 turns, I believe. And I think it's actually at a mile and 70 yards. Because of the configuration of Keeneland's dirt track. They don't have a straight mile course. It's like a mile, but it's a little bit longer than a mile for the dirt course. So he has to learn to go 2 turns. Otherwise, it's probably going to be sprint. And I don't think he's fast enough to go in the sprint. But he has his grade 1, which is great. Wicked Strong. From what I heard, from what I saw actually, a picture, he got pounded at the gate by Bayern's son. I have no clue what happened. That's the second bad race in a row for him. Private Zone ran pretty well. I thought he would run well, but I thought he would finish off the board. But that was not a bad race from him. Wicked Strong, he was coming at the end. He needs longer. Not sure what is next for him. Tonalist is probably Whitney bound. It'll be interesting how he does that longer distance versus Honor Code. So that is the When You're In recaps for last week. This week there are 3 When You're In races: the Stephen Foster and the Fleur de Lis at Churchill. They are When You're Ins for the Classic and the Distaff. And in California, there's the Shoemaker at Santa Anita, and that is a When You're In for the mile. I will have written previews for all 3 races up tomorrow. I will have a video preview, most likely of just the Stephen Foster. I'm going to try to get the Fleur de Lis and the Shoemaker done. Of the 2, you'll probably definitely see, if I get a chance to do a video preview, it will be of the Shoemaker, because I'm doing the Foster. Also, American Pharoah is going to be parading at Churchill, and that will be, I believe, his last his last appearance in Kentucky until possibly the Breeders' Cup, when he will make, most likely, his last hurrah before heading over to Ashford to stand there with some other 2-year champions, Shanghai Bobby. I think actually Bobby's their only current 2-year champion, because they sold Hanson. But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But wait. It's looking at Lucky Ashford? Somewhere else. I forget. I think Looking at Lucky is at Coolmore as well. Coolmore is the, of course, farm. Ashford's just the name. Well, Coolmore is the name of the organization. Of course, Ashford's the farm he'll be standing at. But will be interesting because Darley at their farm, Johnabel, has a couple of their own 2-year-olds, Midshipman and Street Sense. Actually, speaking of Wedding Toast, she is by Street Sense. And of course, Honor Code is by APND. So check back tomorrow for all the written previews. The video preview for at least the Stephen Foster, maybe the Shoemaker if I get a chance, maybe even the Fleur de Lis. And I will have a video recap next week. That will probably be up though on Wednesday. So until then, bye.